Good morning, everybody. So today we are going to be going and picking up the plants. It's about 8 in the morning. It's about 43 degrees here in San Diego. I'm very happy, although it does mean I'm having to put on a little bit warmer clothing. I'm getting my chill hours in. But today, when I go to get the plants, first thing I'm going to try to do is fix the trellis, and let me show you why. So if you can, let's see if we can kind of zoom in there. All right, you can kind of get a good feel for the grooves inside the inside this I forget what this thing's called, but look at what the grooves look like on the outside. Basically, the weight of this aluminum on this aluminum piece here, the weight is stripping and basically pulling the bolts out, so they're not holding tight. So I'm going to do two things. Number one, I've already purchased. Actually, I purchased some a long time ago, but I'm going to go ahead and reroute the wire so that basically they connect at the ends. So let me show you what I mean. So I'm gonna basically on one side I'm gonna connect from up here, skip one, and down here, and basically tighten it down out here. And then on the other side I'm gonna connect this one with this one down here, and so on. Then I'm gonna see how that goes. I might have to double dip on one of them, but we'll see. I got a couple of attachments. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and disassemble this, and then we'll go from there. So let's kick on the time lapse, and let's send it. So I wanted to give you a quick show on how much different the ones I'm installing are compared to the ones I had. So these are the ones that I had, and these are the ones that pretty much the teeth got pulled all the way through. Now look at these heavy-duty galvanized steel ones. I'm hoping, number one, I'm going to do one thing to kind of change the design. So as you saw, these were kind of like wherever one cable ended, this one connected two cables, and so I think that put unnecessarily tension, since it was basically mid-span carrying a lot of the weight. So by changing the design, I'm going to be basically putting these on this side, and you can see where the hole matches up there and where the hole matches up there. That's why I'm going to be skipping every other one and basically trying to tighten them right here. And I'm hoping that since the wire will be coming through the wood, that the wood will be holding some of the weight, in addition to, you know, having stronger hardware, that this will fix the problem that I had originally. Well, I'm probably going to have to audible here. At least I'm going to try something other than I had planned. I may have to go back to this plan, but real quick, that there's just not that much space for me to get like some tightening space in it, because once you put the hook on it, the hardware doesn't go through the hole. I can make the hole a little bigger if I have to, so that it fit, but I'm going to try not to do that right now. So the plan is going to be basically go every 2 holes, wise every other hole. So I'm going to go ahead and string out all the wire, see what I got, see if it makes sense, and then if I can tighten it down, then I'll go ahead and do it. Might have to get it a little bit more hardware, we'll see, but let's go ahead and put things in place and see how it goes. All right, let's send it. All right, so that'll do it. I ended up losing the very top one. You know, I wasn't really using that one too much. I could have I have more wire, and I could have absolutely have strung one across. But in order to just, I didn't really use the top one this year. And the one time that I did use it, it was for a vine that I was basically for the peas that I was just kind of twisting on down and around. I could have easily have used the available trellises that I had to do that. So the one thing that I will want to say is I could probably do this a little bit later, but I'm not going to. But this ended up being the cleanest side. Let me go ahead and get out for you with only the one turnbuckle here. So if you wanted to, in the far side that we just walked from was the most visible side. If it really bothered me, I could go ahead and basically reverse all of this and put the two on the other side, but I'm okay with that. So so now what we're going to go ahead and do is later I'm going to go and pick up the vegetables, and we'll go ahead and plant them. Okay, so I just got back from the store. Let me kind of give you a quick rundown of what I picked up. So here in the front, we got some beets, some arugula, got some sugar magnolia peas in the back, and I believe these are just straight up sugar snap or sugar and peas. There we go. And then got some bull's blood beets, some more arugula. I got a different style of kale, and then I got two things of carrots, and I got some broccoli. It's called the premium chopped broccoli back there, and then I'm gonna try to grow some cauliflower. And the additional thing that I got is an issue that I have in my garden is I got a lot of potato bugs and other insects that just devour new plants. So I'm going to go ahead and do something that, although it's organic, not necessarily permaculture, I'm going to go ahead and try to beefing up the nitrogen a bit with the blood meal, and hopefully get these things so they grow pretty fast, because once they get past a certain point, then the small insects leave them alone. So that's actually why I got these larger variants of the peas. And to be honest, I tried to buy everything as long as they looked to be in good shape. I tried to get as big as they were, the biggest ones that were available. So let's go ahead and plant these in. All right, everyone, I have got the carrots and I got everything in. And to be honest, I probably bought just a little too much. We got a little carried overboard. But we got the beets, we got the various peas, carrots up here, all pretty much variety. You basically spread about in a random order, just trying in this first section. I'm going to go ahead and and then by the time we come up to the end of just roughly about here, then I get a little bit more, let's just say, not diverse. We got a lot of the arugula. Yes, I do got some beets. One thing I did forget to mention is I'm planting some hops back here. I'm going to see if it can grow in this area. So it's kind of more of a science experiment, or more of an experiment just in general, to see if it will grow in this sort of low light area. Because if it does, I would like it to occupy this sort of back area. And then it looks like the kale was doing pretty good back here, so I got mostly the arugula and the kale back in this section. And let's go ahead and turn around. And then here in the in-ground garden, I got a variety of arugula, broccoli, and some cauliflower back here. I'm really going to basically be pressing the limits on low light in this section, because in the summer, I mean, this is already my lesser light area, but I mean, it is the winter time, so with it getting lesser light, even more so in the winter time, we'll see how it goes. But this is also sort of just a documentary on seeing how fast the insects are going to eat up these plants, and hopefully the blood meal that I put in there will really sort of act like a nitrous and boost the growth beyond the initial stage, so they can get to where we can get a good harvest. And the final step is to go ahead and water. So probably get a little wet here. All right, we'll go ahead and just to avoid getting wet, we'll walk on down to the center point here, and basically I'm going to let it run for about 5 minutes to really kind of let the roots sort of take place and come, basically merge with the soil that's already there with it. And then luckily we're supposedly going to get our first good rain being about over 1/10 of an inch. We're expecting 1/4 of an inch, so that's going to be really good. Anyways, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed this video of doing the trellis and taking you along with the plants that I went ahead and decided to go ahead and put in my garden. Hopefully most of them survive, and if not, you know what, that's just life. We'll just try something new. If it doesn't work, you just try something again, and we'll figure it out, hopefully, in the end. But anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one.